Hi guys, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a while. It's on a particular brand of scope that I've kind of fallen in love with, I'll admit, kind of become a fanboy of. Um, Basically, it wasn't that long ago that I scoffed at the idea of spending more on an optic than on the actual firearm that it was mounted on. And I spent a lot of time and money buying just about every, you know, low, mid-range tier scope, looking for basically tier one glass at a budget price. Spoiler alert, they don't exist. I fell for, the latest and greatest. I fell for hype. you know, it doesn't matter. You get what you pay for. So the purpose of this video is I'm going to go through a review of each of the four scopes that I own, and do my best to give you an impression of what it looks like through the glass and give you my feelings on why I bought the scope, pros and cons of each, because they've all got cons. None of these are perfect, with the intent of hoping that if you're interested in spending the money on a top optic for your air gun and you're considering a March scope, you've got a little bit more information firsthand. I guess it'll be secondhand because it's coming from me, but I got the firsthand experience. Secondhand experience to help you make a wise decision. The four scopes that we're going to look through here, going from smallest to largest. Down here on the Leshy, March Compact 1 to 10 by 24. It's got an illuminated reticle. Next up here is a 2.5 to 25x compact scope. Right here I've got the March FX. This one isn't compact, it's the FX series. It's a 5 to 40x. And then up here on my favorite gun, I've got the March X Highmaster 10 to 60x. As air gunners, we have specific needs in our scopes that a lot of scope manufacturers don't necessarily cater to. Air rifles don't shoot out at really far distances, and they're safe to shoot at really close distances. And as such, one of the requirements of any air rifle scope that I'll purchase from now on is that it has to have a minimum of 10-yard parallax. Basically, I like to use my scopes indoors sometimes, so I might be shooting offhand at a target that's 10 yards away. Often a bird or a rabbit or something will hop near me when I'm shooting, and I want to observe the wildlife. I came across this problem trying to find the ultimate in optics for me, especially in the high-end range. Very few top-end scope manufacturers really cater to air gunners, and so I purchased a lot of air rifle scopes rather, with a minimum of 25-yard parallax, and almost immediately regretted it as soon as I got them. They don't have the range necessary for kind of the shooting that I like to do. I know Joe Ray of Cyclops Videos makes his minimum parallax for air guns 25 yards, and although we usually see eye to eye, in this instance, I don't agree with him. The second criteria that I absolutely refuse to compromise on is optical clarity. Basically, when I look through a scope, at an image at 100 yards, I want it to be as sharp and clear as possible. And optical clarity is really the number one reason why you spend the extra money on a high-end scope versus a mid-tier or a lower tier option. Basically, when I look through the scope, let's say it's at 20x, I'm looking at a target 100 yards away at 20x. When I look through the scope, I want it to just seem like I just got teleported to 5 yards away from that target. I want it to be crisp, clear. I want the colors to be accurate. I want it to look exactly like the target looks, just zoomed way in. As such, I look for no chromatic aberration, and I'm looking for really high contrast, nice crispness in the image. lower quality scopes, if they have chromatic aberration and they don't have very good contrast, as you get higher up in the magnifications, you notice that the image starts to get fuzzy. And so that's one of the things that bothers me, and one of the main reasons why I went up to higher dollar scopes, such as the March. All right, so now that I've got all that stuff off of my chest, the next video is going to be on the March Compact 1 to 10 by 24.